Hi, we are a group of students who, encouraged by our teacher of Polish, decided to present interesting history of Jews living in our town and in our neighborhood. In our presentation, we want to deal with many important Jewish issues, and we hope that it will be interesting to you. The town which we tell you about is Lubliniec. It is located by the river Lublinica in small Panev Valley. It is a town in Silesia, located in the northwestern part of this region. It is an important transport junction for railway and roads. We all live here, but a few of us know the interesting history of this place. In the Jewish calendar, it is 5773 now, but we decided to write the dates according to our calendar to make you understand the time of our story, and it is as follows. The first mention of the people of Jewish religion in Lubliniec, commonly known as the Jews, are included in the statistics of the second part of the 18th century. In 1780, 20 Jews lived in Lubliniec. In over the next 7 years, this number increased to 81. 1828, the number of Jews was already about 200 people. They came to Lubliniec from such towns as Pyskowice, Dobrodzień, Olesno, and even from Bytom, Wrocław, Strzelec, Brzeg, and some nearby villages like Droniowice and Jawornica. Until 1862, there were already 441 Jews. We found the list, which contains a number of surnames of people who were recorded in the certificates in papers in Lubliniec, such as Lowy, Stern, Richter, Horowitz, Mokrauer, Hultik, Kont, Kam, Orzegów, Abstein, Szoklow, Singer, Schlesinger, Radler, Ring, Zweig, Sachs, and Rosenthal. On the 24th of May, 1822, when the Jewish minority, that was quite big, decided to build their own synagogue in the town. The representative, Mojżesz Kenigsberger, the owner of wine bar in the market square, signed a contract with the shoemaker Thomas Reingoga to exchange their residential property, which was written down in a land registry. The agreement was confirmed in court. The area which was purchased recorded in the book as the area of 540 square meters situated next to the garden near the Oleska gate. The garden in the area where there is a furniture shop now. And the building number 44 is the area where there is a block of flats number 26 in Mickiewicz Street. It's a pity that there isn't even a board commemorating this fact. Soon a synagogue was built in the area with a house for the rabbi, the bath, and a building to make ritual killing. The rest of the area was a garden with a gazebo on the building plot. In the picture, which was taken in 1922, the synagogue was the building with a gable roof covered with tiles. The front wall had 3 large windows located over the door. The arrival of Rabbi Jacob Karo with his wife Mira and their daughter Mary was recorded on the 23rd of January 1827. Jacob Karo was the first rabbi of the Jewish community in Lubliniec. He also became a Jewish ritual slaughterer in 1930. At the turn of the 18th and 19th century, the population of the Jewish increased so much that in 1845 they received a burial cemetery called Kirkut by the Jews, which measured 52.5 per 42 meters. There was a road leading to this place through the forest. Now it's the 11th of November Street. In 1865, the Jewish community bought the area of about 1,500 square meters from the town, and in 1903 there was the area of 87.4 acres written down in the land register. One of the important events was the arrival of Joseph Bernhard, who came from Wrocław to Lubliniec with his wife Ernestina and their daughter Handel, Adelaide, Betha and son August. Joseph Bernhard was the great-grandfather of Edith Stein, canonized nun, the patron of the town. A sad event before 1848 was the death of Rabbi Karo. His successor in Lubliniec were Rechner and Dr. Simon Friedman. In later years, there was a slow decrease in the number of Jews in our town, and in 1890 there were only 307 of them. The Jewish population of our town did trade and crafts for living, but also owned inns and restaurants. Members of the Jew community, merchants, craftsmen, and shopkeepers, obeyed the rules of Jewish holidays prohibiting trading and doing other jobs. There was an example when, on a market day on Wednesday the 20th of September 1893, they put an announcement that stores would be closed and nothing will be sold by them. The soldiers of the 74th Regiment of the Jewish faith also came to the synagogue. Because there were not enough opportunities to develop business in the area of Lubliniec, the Jews started to move to bigger industrial cities, and that was the reason why their number was gradually decreasing. When Lubliniec was joined to Poland in 1922, there were just few of them. However, Feuermann stayed in the synagogue together with his wife and daughter. On Sunday, the 3rd of September 1939, the third day of Second World War, the building of the synagogue was burned down and the rubble was removed. The Jewish community stopped their existence in Lubliniec. We have always found some information about a small village of Czeszowa, situated about 16 kilometers from Lubliniec, where there still is a cemetery. An interesting fact is that this village was inhabited by the Jews from the 14th century, so it was quite longer than in Lubliniec. Unfortunately, we do not know when they first appeared in Czeszowa. They had their own community and the school, and, as we mentioned before, the cemetery. There was also one of the oldest in Silesia wooden synagogues built in 1753. Next to it, there was a wooden house of Rabbi where there was a school. The last Rabbi, as well as a teacher, was Samuel Schleshoff, who died in 1871. In the second half of the 19th century, the number of the Jews in Czeszowa began constantly decreasing, and in 1905 there were no longer the Jews in this place. However, the Jewish cemetery remained, and it still exists there. The Jews lived in the area of Lubliniec used to be treated tolerantly by the residents. Unfortunately, lack of opportunities to develop was the main reason why they left this place, and now there are no Jews here at all. We hope our presentation about history of the Jews living in Lubliniec region was interesting for you.